Hi guys, it's April and I garden down in southeast Nebraska, zone 5B. I think this is my last seed starting session. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. And today I want to do my cilantro and my basil. I've got 2 different types of cilantro I want to do and 5 different types of basil. I like basil. I use it in my focaccia. I use it in all of my sauces. It's just a very versatile herb. Cilantro I have been trying to grow for the last 3 years and I have not been successful. I don't need a lot of cilantro, but we do like to make banh mi's and those are usually topped with cilantro. So I have been trying my dang hardest to grow cilantro. And like I said, I haven't succeeded yet. I have my pots already ready to go. These are just my 2.5-inch bootstrap farmer pots. I accidentally filled 9 of them and I think I only need 8, but we'll probably use the dirt from one of those to cover up the seeds afterwards, so it's all good. I've explained a lot of my seed starting stuff before in all of my other seed starting videos. I will link my whole starting the garden playlist if you want to go back and look at that. And after I am done, I will of course show you the progress of all of these other plants. So let's go. So let's talk about what I am going to be starting in this round of seed starting. Like I said, I've got 5 different types of basil and 2 different types of cilantro. They're from various different places. A good chunk of them, of course, are from Baker Creek, but then there's Johnny and Botanical Interest as well. So I'm gonna do the purple ball basil. I've got this Eladina, which I haven't grown before, so we'll see how that goes. I've got Genovese basil, the dark purple opal basil, the large leaf basil, and then the lemon basil. And then for cilantro, I have this cruiser hybrid cilantro and this slow bolt cilantro because our spring to summer isn't always reliable. So I'm hoping we don't bolt too quickly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the basil pots. I'm going to put it in the humidity dome that is currently on the heat mat with what is left of some of the peppers and some of the tomatoes that haven't germinated. The cilantro I'm going to not put on a heat mat. It's going to be under a humidity dome, but I don't think it needs that extra heat, so it's going to have its own separate area that is going to be germinating at. So I'm gonna do that really quickly, and then after I do that, I will start giving you a tour of what's going on underneath the grow lights. Okay, like always, let's start over on this setup over here where I've got the oldest stuff. We've got the lettuce and the onions in one tray, and then we've got the rest of the onions in another tray. So I've started to harden these off. So they've been spending a couple of hours outside and I keep extending it a little bit. So here in about, I don't know, a couple hours or so, when it warms up just a touch more, I will take both of these trays outside. And I have to say, these guys are doing pretty well and I am happy with where they're at. Not excited about how small those lettuce are, but overall, I'm happy with these trays. And then up here, we have got all of our biannuals and our thyme and our agastache hanging out and doing pretty well, along with the celery. Since I didn't want to quite take the celery out yet, I moved them into the tray with these guys. And now each of the individual pots of the flowers and the thyme have their own labels instead of sitting in those 5x5 trays. We're gonna start at the top over here. We've got all of the pepper plants. I have thinned out and separated out all these peppers so that they completely fill up the tray, except for this one spot right here, which I am hoping that my ahi pepper that hasn't sprouted yet will eventually sprout, and I can put it right here. But I think these guys are looking pretty good. And then down here, if you were with me last week in the video, I started these tomatoes. And this was all the little baby tomatoes in this first tray. And they continue on in this next tray. So they're still pretty young. And it looks like we have to get the seed cap off a couple of them. I've been struggling a little bit with these tomatoes. I'm not sure why. Something's going a little weird with them, but I'm figuring it out. So hopefully I have my own homegrown tomatoes this year. So it's just a quick video today. I just had those few things that I wanted to start. I am hoping at the beginning of April, the start of April, so next weekend, not this coming weekend, I am thinking that we're gonna actually start the rest of the spring garden. So planting out these onions and planting out the lettuce I've got here, doing radishes. I think I wanna do spinach because I forgot to do spinach when I did the other lettuce outside. So those early spring stuff, I want to get in the ground. I still need to pick up a little bit more compost because some of the beds need topped up. So I will be doing that for the next week or so. Hopefully fingers crossed. So I'll be ready for next weekend when I can possibly start putting all that stuff outside. So all the stuff indoors, I think from this point out is just going to be a lot of thinning, a lot of potting up, and of course hardening off of this stuff right here. If you want to follow that journey, subscribe down below, hit the bell, do all the things to get all the notifications. I also have an Instagram account, which I tend to update more frequently and sooner than I do YouTube because these videos sometimes take a little bit of time to edit and get up. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys in another video, and our beautiful faces. Bye.